Greetings, gun enthusiasts. Today I want to do an update on the ballistics testing I've been doing lately through a new format for me, meat pack followed by particle board followed by water jugs. Two of the rounds I've tested lately, I can probably draw conclusions. I have enough data. I don't need to continue testing these. One of them is obviously the Underwood gold dot loading. The item number 128 in 38 special plus B 125 grain bonded jacketed hollow point. Because this one, I've tested the muzzle velocity of the old box, the new box. I've tested the performance of the old box, the new box. And I've found good performance, 50% expansion with 4 layers of denim and about 16 or 17 inches of penetration in gel. And in the new format, a little bit less expansion, although the real reason why is that it fully expanded and then the petals wound up bent all the way back. So, you can see the bullet fits comfortably through the hole it made in the particle board. It obviously expanded much more rapidly and then had the petals crushed in much further. Let me get out the caliper briefly and show that to you. And I've shown you the results of the other format in other videos, but about the maximum diameter on this format is 50% expansion, and the minimum is quite a bit less, 4800ths versus 5400ths, but good enough. The item 128 is the best carry ammo, in my opinion. It's 125 grain modern jacketed hollow point bullet. Projectile itself is made by Gold Dot, but Gold Dot loads it to about 200 feet per second slower muzzle velocity than Underwood does. So I'm obviously going to go with the Underwood loading. And it expands gigantically in bare gel tests, but still beats the 12-inch penetration mark. You've seen those. All right. This one we can take off the board. The other one we can take off the board is the Buffalo Bore. 158 grain LSWCHP-GC. It is a monster. It's a solid lead hollow point, a soft lead hollow point. The 1,000 feet per second muzzle velocity rating is for short barrel. I get slightly higher than that in the Ruger LCR. Gigantic expansion. There's a 4-layer denim and gel test. There's a bare gel test. And here is the new format test, which, just like with the Underwood Gold Dots, is actually the least expanded of the three. Here, let me just show apples to apples here. 4-layer denim versus 4-layer denim. All right. Obviously, one of these things is not like the other one. Haha. But that's the same bullet, just water jugs and meat target versus gel. And both of these are 4-layer denim tests. All right. The Buffalo Bore round, we can dispense with the testing. We know what it does. Now the ones we don't quite know well enough yet. Here is the Underwood 158 grain version. This is the again. This is an LSWCHP-GC hollow point. 158 grain. All lead bullet with that high-tech coating. It's a little bit lower muzzle velocity than the Buffalo Bore equivalent, but it does penetrate more deeply. Now the question is, because that's obviously because of the smaller expansion, the question is, will it expand more in a gel test, like a standard gel test, like with the Buffalo Bore? And even the modern Gold Dot version, I'm guessing, yeah, that'll expand more in a gel test than it does in my current format. even in the current format, it expands to 52 107 inch and does pretty well. But I bet that would expand even better through a gel test. So we will have to give the old 38 Special Plus B 158 grain high-tech coated SWC hollow point GC item number 733 load from Underwood a further round of testing, probably when the weather warms up a little bit. The other round I need to do more testing with is the Buffalo Barnes 110 grain all copper hollow point, because this bullet appears to be an underpenetrator, which is kind of interesting. The round itself was developed, I believe, for Corbon initially, although maybe it was just a Barnes bullet initially, since they're the ones who I believe pioneered the rifle bullets, solid copper rifle bullets. And Corbon loaded these as a deep X, deep penetrating, expanding hollow point load. And the Corbon actually loads these pretty close to buffalo bore. And they, from other testing I've seen, they perform really well, even at the slightly lower velocities. So these probably also deserve a little bit a second look, because they don't expand, they don't penetrate terribly deeply. They expand tremendously. Take a look at that. It's almost 7/10 of an inch on the highest point. Obviously, it's a lot smaller than that in between the petals. You know, you're talking 40 caliber. So take an average of that. You're still looking at, I mean, the expansion is what the expansion is. And it obviously passes the expansion test, but will it pass the penetration test? Maybe not. You know, we'll have to do some gel tests with that. Again, probably when the weather gets warmer. So that is an update on where I stand with the testing currently. All right. Thanks, folks. Geographies are out.